Hi, I am O2 Tara, and welcome to O2 Tara Talks, conversations about one thing you can do right now to stay sane in your body and mind. And today we are talking with Sasha of Scattered Sasha. How are you, Sasha?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me here today, Tara.
Oh, you are welcome, and thank you so much for coming on. So, Sasha, can you tell us how do you help people?
Well, as a master certified life coach, I help people twist their thinking. That's the name of my coaching business, is twisting their thinking to think not just outside of the box, but outside of whatever is holding them in. Maybe it's a thought, maybe it's a memory, maybe it's an experience, maybe it's a life changing thing that happened in their world. And so I help them think about how that can be different and how they can use that to have the life they want.
Wonderful. And I could see how that could be so valuable because we so often can get stuck in our thinking, right? One thing
Oh,
can
yes.
completely throw us, even if we're not aware of it. Well, that's wonderful. All right. Well, can I ask you then, Sasha, what is one thing we can do right now?
You know, this is going to sound crazy, but welcome to my world. It's a little scattered some days. And I thought a lot about this and I knew the question was coming. So I really wanted it to be something that would make a difference. And I'm going to go way out. I'm going to not be in the box. I'm going to go out and I'm going to say to write your manifesto. And you're thinking, holy mother of whatever, what on earth does that even mean? What is a manifesto? That sounds like, I don't know, some nice pasta dish, but I just am, yeah, you know, what are you talking about? I don't have one. And so here's what happened. A company that I was working with had a manifesto. And, we all are familiar with mission statements and your tagline or whatever you want to call it. Well, and I think in the business world, people may be more aware of the word, the manifesto, but I was clueless. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so they had listed out what they believed and what they wanted to do and how they wanted to proceed as a company. And I really took that home and said, oh, that is so cool, because how do people know who and what you are, right? There are preconceived notions based on so many things, your job title, your physical appearance, so many things, preconceived notion, right?
Yeah.
So I just said, I think I should have a manifesto to tell people how I feel about things. And the reason I wanted to use this today is it's almost an exercise of really getting to know yourself and what you want out of life, what you've discovered, what you've experienced, what you've learned, and how you can make that a part of your journey so that you use all those things.
I love that idea.
So I know it sounds crazy, but I want to read you mine if I can.
Sure.
And of course, everyone would write their own. And one thing, one thing is not true, but this thing is, it's ever evolving. Just because that you write your manifesto today, that doesn't mean that in a year or 6 months, it's not going to be different, because we change every single day.
I think that's an incredibly important point, Sasha, that we sort of can become, blind to, in a way that every little thing that happens every moment of the day is changing us in one way or another, either because we're accepting it or because we're resisting it, right? Either way,
100%.
it's burning up our energy and changing us. So,
And, everything changes us, just like you said. And sometimes you don't realize it for 6 months or 6 weeks, and you're like, oh yeah, that's where that came in. You saw something, you read something, you experienced something, someone said something to you, and it didn't hit you right that moment. But in 4 days or whatever, you say, oh, wait a minute, because there's so much happening in the world. Sometimes we just need time to process everything. So back to the manifesto. I'm going to read you mine. And I am a wordy person, and I'm a writer, and so I like lots of words. So just bear with me, okay?
okay, look, you're forewarning us, okay?
That's right. I'm warning you. Okay. Wherever the untamed roads take me, I'm willing to go. I don't want to wait to be invited. I don't want to worry about fitting in or apologize because the puzzle pieces of my soul don't match the ones laid out before me. I want to live in the stillness and I want to live in the chaos. I want to feel the wind beneath my wings and discover wild souls that inspire me to greatness. I want to calm the storm when it's at its wildest and breathe in the magic when the moon dances with the stars. I want to destroy the illusions that tell me I am less than worthy of all my wishes and dreams, and then remind them all that this woman walks with her head held high, her soul bared for all to love, with power in each step and glory held in her hands. That is my manifesto.
Oh, I love it. Can I just say something?
Yeah.
You know, we've known each other now for several years, and that matches you to a T, I really think. Just the positive, loving energy that you bring forth. You know, I remember that from our first conversation together. It's just, you just have so much goodwill and so much acceptance, I think, in you. And so that really is perfect. The other thing I love about the whole idea is that, you know how we say when we put it down in writing, it makes it concrete and it makes us, you know, makes it tangible. So yeah, anybody who's kind of struggling with something, put that down firmly. And it, yeah, I love it.
The putting it down in writing is gigantic, because in your head, it can get messed up, it can get forgotten, and it can get twisted. Writing it down, you go back and it's a different thing then. It's a different entity. It's concrete, like you said. It's on a piece of paper, and you can go back and read it and feel it all over again. It's
right.
so different than if it's just in your head. And I encourage people to read them out loud. Now, when I talk about writing your own manifesto, it can be anything you want it to be. It can be how you feel about something, what your convictions are, or what your beliefs are, or how you want to be treated. It can be anything you want. And I encourage everyone to take out a piece of paper and just start. And don't worry about how it sounds or how it looks or how it's all jumbled up or comes together, because it will come together.
Right. Good. So I love that. And I think, you know, often I will ask, you know, the person who's on here to tell us about, you know, why it's important and sort of what roadblocks, and we sort of have just sort of tackled that, I think, a bit, right? You know, but have you, with any of your clients or anything, have you come across any big roadblocks that you really had to help somebody work through, or, you know, somebody who's thinking about this but isn't sure?
Absolutely, because what happens is the very first pushback I get is, I'm not a writer. I can't write this down. I don't know what to write. There's nothing more scary than a blank piece of paper or a blank screen. So one of the suggestions is to record yourself and just talk. You don't have to have any fancy equipment. You know, you turn on the video on your camera and just talk. You don't even have to be facing it if you don't want to see yourself, but just talk. And you have the words there, because it's much easier just to talk than it is to write it down. The blank page or the blank screen stops us. So that's the first thing I suggest. Of course, there's fancier modes of doing that, but just your video on your camera is fine. Or the note section. I know the iPhones have a note section. So just say it out loud and just then come back and write it. But that's the biggest roadblock. And, you know, in the Glitter and Grace Club, which is I founded the Glitter and Grace Club, which is an online membership club. Every weekend there's a journal prompt, and that kind of gets people in the mood, or if you will, or the mode of writing down their thoughts. So this is kind of a good precursor, a good starter of a journal. I'm a big proponent of journaling, and it just kind of makes you say there's no right or wrongs to what to write down. And I think that's the other, I don't know what to write. And that's the biggest pushback I get. Once you start talking, you say, I got a lot to say, and you start writing that stuff down.
It's true. I totally agree with you that we can get this mental block in there that we think we interpret as having nothing to say, but it really is just, you know, this block of not being able or not having whatever. If we can get past that, then yes, the whole floodgates can open and you can be surprised. Yeah.
One of the other suggestions I have for clients is, you know, the blank greeting cards, and people say, well, I don't know what to put inside because it's got some flower on the outside or there's no words, and it's that all occasion card. And I say, purposefully go and buy 5 and write a note to someone. And it's kind of like a little baby step.
Yeah.
You know, what do I say? You have this much space to write. if you write big, it's really only a couple sentences. So, you know, it's just what I want you to do is write a note to someone. I don't care what you talk about, but that is a baby step to let you see, oh, I really can write something. My flowers bloom today. I love the purple flowers, you know, can't wait to see you. And I assure you that whoever gets that's gonna, you go, what's wrong with them? Or, you know, this was great.
Yeah, I love that idea too, Sasha, because you're right. If it is a small, you know, very defined sort of thing, it's much more approachable, and it's so much easier for us to, you know, write to other people, to share positive things with other people. So I think you're right. It's a great starting point.
One more tip.
Yeah.
Use index cards. So, you know, that's maybe a paragraph or a few sentences, and then it's not as you said, it's not as intimidating than this blank sheet of paper or the blank screen. It's just an index card. Okay, I can write a note on that. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that. You know, it reminds me of a conversation I had with a woman yesterday in a woman kind of mastermind club that I belong to, a group. And she said, first of all, she's an extrovert. And so she's been having a lot of trouble lately just because of how we're all so isolated, right? And she said she had gotten this new contract and she was all excited, but now she's feeling all self-doubt, you know? So I said, maybe something like calling up a friend and asking the friend to interview you why you should be able to do this job. I said, it'll give you the social contact, and it can help you bring to the front of your mind all the stuff that you can do. So it's really, you know, it's exactly the same kind of ideas you're talking about. Get those things out, get them onto the paper, and it can really be a tremendous shift in one's mind. So I think the whole idea is wonderful. And tell me, Sasha, you mentioned your group. What? Tell a little bit about the group.
It's the Glitter and Grace Club. It's an online membership club. A monthly fee, and you get a daily motivation to kickstart your day. You get a weekly video that's kind of a life coaching mini kind of thing, a newsletter. I don't only teach my life coaching courses inside the Glitter and Grace Club, and it's no additional cost. They're included in the monthly fee. There's a dance party every Friday because we all need a dance party. There's a Zoom call once a month. There's journaling prompts. There's downloads. There's over 250 downloads in there. There's a birthday gift and a birthday card that actually comes in the mail, plus gifts throughout the year because I like gift giving is my love language. So it's just a really great place, and the community and the support that's there within the members. I mean, on the Zoom call that we have every month, you know, they know each other and they're like, well, how are you doing now? What happened with, you know, whatever they talked about last month. But what members consistently tell me time and time again is how much the daily emails with the motivation, and you're thinking, oh my God, not another email. But this comes early in the morning and it's 1 or 2 sentences and it just starts your day. It's a motivational, inspirational kickstart to your day, and so is the Monday Motivation newsletter. And it's a great place. It's a phenomenal place, and it's $10 a month. I mean, that's crazy, right?
Wow. Yeah, and just your energy, I think, coming into my inbox every day would be phenomenal because it's good energy and it's fun energy. And what better combination is there than that? Wow. Well, and where would someone find you in your group?
On my website at scatteredsasha.com. That's also my Facebook page. That's where I hang out on social media, is on Facebook, and that is Scattered Sasha as well. And on either place, you can find the Glitter and Grace Club and information about it.
Oh, so wonderful. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Sasha. I really appreciate you coming on today and sharing this one thing that we can do right now, because I think it's a tremendous idea. And I'm going to add into my list, I'm going to put it into my calendar to write out my manifesto because I think that is wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.